was a blissful time. It was only when we realised we had to play it every night that things kind of went a bit dark. And then once we released it and went to Thailand, that's when it just went all tits up. But up until then, it was great.
The trip to Bangkok was absolutely bizarre. And there's not many rock bands played there. The name of the magazine that was the equivalent of the NME was Generation Terrorist, so it was named after their first album. And Thailand is a very, very straight country politically, and it believes in the king and royalty, and you know, the Manics had a song around that time called Repeat After Me, Fuck Queen and Country. So we're playing in a town which is obsessed with royalty, with Nicky Wire starting off the set saying Repeat After Me, Fuck Queen and Country, which didn't go down well with the police at the gig, and I think Nicky spent the rest of the night hiding under his bed because he was convinced that the Thai police were going to come and get him. And Richie had a different way of celebrating the Bangkok nightlife. While Nicky was hiding under the bed, Richie was out in bed. And it was surreal. It was absolutely surreal. And each band member handled it in a completely different way. I think the headline of the NME was Bangkok Sucker Blues, which I thought was a perfect slogan for that trip.
Thailand, it certainly wasn't a highlight, but it's a piece of history, really, that stays with you. You can't get rid of the bug that it left.
This is called Kevin Cass.
Kevin Carter was one of the last songs that I played to Richie on the acoustic that he'd written the lyrics for, and I wrote the music to, and I played it to him the night before you went missing. I remember playing it to him, and it's got a tiny wee bit of a salsa feel to it, dun, 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 wherever. And I remember him just going, "Ooh, this sounds a bit like Girl from Ipanema or something." I was like, "No, don't worry, it won't sound like that. It'll be cool. It'll be really cool." And I just remember thinking, "Oh God, why didn't I make it sound like Trent Reznor dying inside of a food blender or something? He might have liked it. The last time I played him, he might have liked." If it hadn't been Kevin Carter. So it's kind of a bit of a kind of bittersweet, funny memory, that song.
The facts are pretty simple. I mean, despite some of the myth, I mean, he was going to America the next day on a promotional trip for us. He was fine the night before, and a couple of us spoke to him. And he left the bath on the next morning, left all his stuff, left a box of books. That's about it. And we also know that he left his car at the Severn Bridge, and the rest we don't know.
The facts about Richie's disappearance are there is only one, that he's still missing. That's it. Richie went missing, and he's still missing. And the rest is speculation.
I mean, putting the band to one side, we were all friends, so it's still a very important thing, and the fact that even today is still very inconclusive, and there's times when it's very hurtful with some of the things that people say.
I don't think you can get around it, honestly. We've tried, and it's just never gonna. There's been plenty of coverage on Richie every time. The anniversary comes up, and it's the same stuff. I mean, this year they said he found his feet on the River Severn. It's pretty upsetting. Sitting around, the three of us were recording at the time, and there was a news story, rock star's feet found. Trying to remember if he wore that particular brand of trainers. Just got to get on with it. One thing we've always had an extreme and utter dedication to the Protestant working class ethic, and that's really important of all of us. Richie worked amazingly hard at what he was. We all do.
It's just pissed us off that people presume that people knew him better than we knew him. That people make presumptuous judgments on us in his absence, as if they know what he would have wanted, or they actually feel as if they knew him better, which is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Makes me want to pull their teeth out my own fingers because they're pricks. We know him better than anybody except his family, and people seem to take possession of his memory and think they know better, and that kind of weighs down on us a bit, I think.
Feeling of pride that a band could talk about a subject like the Spanish Civil War and put it in a song as beautiful as If You Tolerate This and get it to #1 has to be the ultimate subversion, and probably one of Nick's proudest moments, I would think.
I just genuinely fall in love with that song every time I hear it. It just makes me feel really proud. Playing it in Barcelona on the Ramblers, 5,000 Spanish people singing that song was just truly an amazing moment. At the time it was like Manic Preachers off the album This Is My Truth, Tell Me Yours. If you tolerate this, your children will be next. And in a world where words are being reduced, it just felt glorious to hear so many letters and vowels pronounced.
A lot of stuff we've done since Richie has gone missing, it's ridiculous that people don't actually spot that a lot of what we've achieved since then is what he stood for. A song like If You Tolerate This, Children Will Be Next, a song that got #1, and like a song that kind of like used